and also your books as well. So
Okay.
I wanted to start off with you. Give us some advice to someone who is facing adversity in their business or their personal life.
Well, I mean, these are some very difficult times. I mean, obviously, inflation is still high. It's not as high as it was, but it's a lot higher than we like it, which means that a lot of people are out of work, which means that a lot of people don't have as much disposable income as maybe they had a couple years ago. You look at stimulus packages and all those different, PPP loans. But if you are in a difficult place, the first thing I recommend you do is that you just really start having more human contact. Because a lot of times we're just not asking enough people if they know people we can help, that we can serve. Is there anyone that you know that might benefit from what I do?
Right.
Because those things are immediate returns. Me picking up the phone, calling people I've done business with in the past, a call today could be a sale today. So that's the first thing, human contact with people who can actually make decisions, because we're so quick to run to the internet. But the thing with the internet is, number one, is you're trying to solicit strangers, and you're trying to solicit the same strangers that everybody else is trying to solicit.
Right. And that also goes to taking advantage of all your resources that you have with people that you know. Like you said, somebody that you know might know somebody who actually needs your services. So taking advantage of that before you move out would be a good resource.
Exactly. And a third party introduction already comes with an endorsement. It comes with somebody saying that you're trustworthy. It comes with somebody that's saying that you're competent. So if you can get someone you've done business with to then get you another customer, they're not going to be as likely to take their time, because they're a lot sure whether or not you can do business or not. I mean, I've had referrals from all over the country from people who I never met, but they met somebody who had done business with me and said, well, I need a content guy, or I need a marketing guy. Is there somebody you'd recommend?
Right. So that trust was already there.
Right. Like, he's the guy. Don't call nobody else. Call him.
Mm-hmm.
So now we talk 15, 20 minutes. I put together a proposal. Next day, we're doing business. Money in my account. But if you're trying to go the internet route, you don't even know if people saw those couple of videos you posted or saw those couple of flyers that you posted. They might not have even seen them. And the way the algorithms work is they reward people who are consistent.
Right.
The algorithm saying, okay, we need to keep people on our platform. So if you're posting regularly and people are engaging with your content and they're watching your content, then they'll open up more people to see your stuff. But if you're only doing the one here, the one there, you might only have 10 or 20 people that they open it up to. So now, if you're a business owner and you're on your last couple hundred or you're on last couple thousand, and all they gave you was 10 people, you could have called 10 people.
True. True.
And put your best foot out there with those 10, and maybe somebody gets you somebody. And now you got a couple sales, and then you ask those 2 people, do they know anybody? So now you turn 2 into 4. And if you do that consistently, you'll always be top of people's mind, because really what you're trying to do is be in the right place at the right time, because problems come in cycles.
Is that one of the keys to marketing, being at the right place at the right time?
Well, the key is problems come in cycles. So even if nobody's watching you today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, a problem that they didn't have, now they have it. So now they remember seeing you, and they go back and say, okay, there was a guy who said he could help me.
Right.
Where's that number?
Right.
But if you're not posting on a regular enough basis, then when they become in need, they've never seen you. Because like today, your car could be running fine. Tomorrow, the engine light could come on.
True.
And if somebody's been asking people that they know, anybody who needs their car fixed, today, no, I don't know nobody. Tomorrow, you're on the phone with one of your friends going, girl, my engine light came on. Oh, I got a guy. Now you got some business. So you have to see it like that. Like, even if I am in a place right now where I have no business, but I've been posting regularly, at some point, all the people that are supposed to do business with me are going to have the problem that I solve.
Right. And then you speak a lot about social media when it comes to marketing. Is that your main niche?
Well, for me, I focus on 5 things.
Okay.
Okay. First and foremost, we talk about social media. Social media is supposed to be recruiting clients. They're supposed to be going out, finding people you could do business with, and then bringing them back to you. Okay. The second thing is that your website's supposed to act as a salesperson. So you use social media to drive people to the website. When they get to the website, within 3 seconds, they need to know what you do, what's the benefit of them doing it with you, and how to pay you. So that's the first thing. My website needs to close. My social media needs to recruit. And if those two don't work, then I need to be getting contact information so I can send emails. And my email should be competing with my website for who's closing the most people. My email needs to be saying, I closed 3 people today. And the website needs to be like, no, I closed 4. So then the email needs to then come back and say, well, when I go out next week, I'm going to close 4. And that's how you need to start seeing it. Because if you're a small business owner, more than likely you have a small team. So if you're not working on sales and closing sales and finding new customers, then who is? Most of the time we're working on the deliverables, whatever is the thing we do. But now who's in charge of making sure that we have people to do it for?
Right, which is the front end instead of the back end.
Right. So then the other 2 things is you actually have to be able to close. I know that most people don't come from sales, and we've been taught to look at salespeople as the wicked, evil,
right.
money grubbers of the world. But the reality is, you can't keep sitting in front of clients and they keep saying, "Well, we'll get back to you." At some point, you got to know how to overcome objections. At some point, you got to know how to identify people that you could do business with and create a sense of urgency for them to do business with you, because your bills are going to come every month. Today's what, like the 22nd?
23rd.
Okay, today's the 23rd. 7 days from now, some rent gonna be due, some light and gas gonna be due, some cell phones are gonna be due, people's payroll is gonna be due. So if you're not getting business, now you got to pay for that stuff out of your pocket. And how long can you really do that? And when you're doing that, you're putting your whole family at risk. You're putting your kids at risk. You're putting your ability to help your mama at risk.
Yeah, that's true.
So the closing part is extremely important. And then the last thing is how to hire and partner. Because if you have a small team and 2 of the 4 people you got are horrible, 50% of your workforce is trash. Yeah. And now you're paying people to take money from you. So if I got 2 or 3 people that are stealing from me, whether it be really taking my merchandise and giving it away over the counter, or whether it be stealing on a time card, or whether it just be standing around, getting paid to do nothing, they're stealing from me. I always talk about these are people who do things in their business that they wouldn't allow people to do that they were dating. If you were dating, you wouldn't date a man that couldn't take you out, but yet you'll hire somebody who don't have a way to work. How does that work? If a man told you he was coming and he didn't show, you wouldn't be happy.
That's true. And a lot of what you talk about, is needed when somebody is in a business and they feel like they over their heads. They can come to you and they can actually get those ideas and look at it from a different perspective, which
Absolutely.
is great.